Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Paranormal, the show that looks into the mysterious, the unexplained, and the otherworldly. I'm Sean Wagner, your guide through the latest and strangest in all things paranormal, from ghostly encounters to UFO sightings, ancient mysteries to modern day miracles. We will have some of the most recent paranormal, the unknown, and UFO pictures and videos from around the internet, as well as an informational segment and a scary story. All links will be in the description down below. All that and more on This Week in Paranormal. All right. For those who have been here for a while and new ones, usually the show airs originally near the weekend. So cheers to a good show and a great weekend, hopefully. We're close to the weekend. Let's get on with it. All right. For our first video tonight, we have a UAP spotted at 35,000 feet. In this case, we have an airline pilot who picks it up while they're in flight over the Atlantic Ocean. I think you might have two planes and the one like disappears in the clouds above them. Not quite sure. For our next video tonight, we have clearest and closest UFO footage in the skies over the Philippines. Now, when looking at this picture, or this video, excuse me, the UFO looks like a hot cover if you're cooking over the stove. I might not be describing it that well, but that's what it looks like. And you can't really tell if you're looking out a side window of a plane, if you're in the cockpit. So I kind of believe it's a combination of CGI and who knows what the size comparison really is for the items. Things are close to the camera, look so much bigger than it really is. You put that stuff together, that's what I think it's related to. But please feel free to state your comments as well as the prior one in the comments. Thank you. For our third video tonight, we have a photo of a face that appears in the attic. I have a couple thoughts on what that could be. It could be a mask of some kind there. It also could be like a head to a dress dummy, or even a dummy, or even a head from a dummy, or any other thing, just kind of hanging there for a picture. It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to recreate, but post your thoughts in comments. For our fourth video tonight, a UFO appears over town and spins around before flying away at a very fast speed. My thought is this has to be CGI, the way it does spin around and then just goes away at a high speed. But post your thoughts and comments. For our next video, we have what appears to be a skinwalker as it transforms to a human. I think it's a really cool video, but definitely CGI. You have been watching a show on the CPI-ParaWorld channel. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, and also don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified of future broadcasts. And help us out greatly with the algorithm. Thank you. For our next video tonight, we have what appears to be a strange light as it appears on camera by a car. I actually play that video twice on there, and looking at it, what strikes me is there is a car with lights behind it, and I think it's some kind of reflection from the car behind it, because you can see as it makes us turn and the lights disappear is also when that light that's going through their ends. But post your thoughts and comments. For our story segment tonight, we have a ghost story, almost killed by two ghosts. A couple of days after my grandpa's death, I was in bed with my sister. She was sleeping and I was watching Spanish telenovelas on the TV that was next to the kitchen door. As I was watching, I saw a light from a flashlight. I was very confused because I could see where it came from. As my eyes adjusted to the dark, I saw two dark figures. One was tall and skinny, the other was short and fat. The tall one was holding a kitchen knife, and the short one the flashlight. I panicked, so I closed my eyes for a couple seconds, but after I opened them, they were still there. Scared, I tried to quietly wake up my sister so I did not bring attention to myself, so that they couldn't see me. She did not wake up, so I closed my eyes and got under the blanket. After a couple minutes, I got out with my eyes closed and decided to check if they were still there. I opened them and they got closer. I started to get more scared and closed my eyes again. And after opening them, they still got closer to me. They looked really scary and did not have any skin or clothes on them. It was like they were made out of a thick, dark cloud or something. I closed and opened my eyes a couple more times, and they came closer and closer until both of them were staring on top of me. So I screamed loud, and they vanished. My dad came into the room and asked me what happened. I told him that I saw two dark figures that tried to kill me. He said that was just a dream, but I was still seeing the flashlight in the place where they first appeared. I told my dad, "Do you see the flashlight on the floor?" And he did not. And he took me and my sister to his bedroom. In the morning when I woke up, I saw on my check 3 fingerprints that I had not seen before. PSI, the room I was sleeping in, my grandpa died in. All right, for our informational segment tonight, we have paranormal versus supernatural. What's the difference? What is paranormal? Paranormal events are classified as being beyond everyday experiences and are unable to be explained scientifically. The basis of belief in a paranormal event is an anecdote, testimony, and suspicion. This basis would not be acceptable in scientific hypothesis or speculation. In science, a hypothesis is grounded in empirical observations, which are then backed up by experimental data. This data must be gathered using scientific method. The word paranormal has two parts. The normal refers to the everyday world, which can be explained by science. The para refers to things that are outside that scientific definition. It may be possible as science progresses that something may move from being paranormal and move into the normal. The study of the paranormal may be regarded as a branch of pseudoscience. Pseudosciences are studies that claim to be scientific, but they are talked of as if they are factual. In reality, the methods used are not scientific ones and are based on anecdote and suspicion. The explanations for paranormal events are based on phenomena that are not within the boundaries of what science says is possible. These phenomena may include extrasensory perception, ESP, telekinesis, ghosts, poltergeists, life after death, reincarnation, faith healing, human auras. This is only a partial list of phenomena. Major areas of paranormal studies are ghost hunting, ufology, and for ghost hunting or the belief in ghosts is based on anecdotal stories of paranormal events which are attributed to ghosts or the spirits of the dead. No acceptable scientific proof of the existence of ghosts has been discovered. Ufology. The potential for extraterrestrial life is not a paranormal topic. There is ongoing research into identifying and locating simple life that may originate from elsewhere in the solar system or from passing comets. This research used scientific methods and is not the same as the belief in unidentified flying objects and the belief that they are vehicles belonging to extraterrestrials who have visited the Earth. This belief is once again anecdotal, and there is no verifiable proof that such objects exist as extraterrestrial in origin. There is a subtle difference between the scientific study and pseudoscience investigations. What is supernatural? Supernatural encompasses a wide range of phenomena. Put simply, the supernatural encompasses everything that is outside of scientific understanding and will always remain so. This will include things like angels and devils, gods, spirits, magic. Unlike the paranormal, the supernatural will never be explained in scientific terminology, as the nature of them cannot conform to science as we understand it. The supernatural violates the natural laws, in that such laws are realistically accountable to what science considers to be possible, and the supernatural is not. The problem of comparing the supernatural with the paranormal is, although there is subtle difference between them, they are frequently used incorrectly in an interchangeable way. How would you fit the concept of angels and devils, gods, spirits, and magic into any scientific framework? They are so far removed from what we understand that they cannot be compatible with what we understand through science. The supernatural need an extra dimension called faith that allows the mind to fit them into any reality we understand. I do not intend to look at all supernatural beings simply because it is unnecessary. If we look at the question of the supernatural and the angel, you would get the same answer as you would if you considered the devil. For example, angels are seen as an intermediary between God and man. That is a concept that is easy enough to understand, but in understanding it, we have to acknowledge the existence of God. Trying to understand God is a much more complex task, and though while we may have some fuzzy concept in our head, the facts about God cannot be established. We use the term faith to represent that force that has to exist if all other supernatural concepts are real. This acceptance of something that we cannot understand that is part of all that is supernatural makes it impossible to ever fit the supernatural into any scientific framework. Paranormal versus supernatural. The paranormal is something that is not understood within the boundaries of our current science. Take lightning, for example. It was once regarded as paranormal, as no one had any idea how chunks of fire were thrown from the sky, and we invented stories to explain it. However, over the years, as science expanded, the cause of lightning was understood, and we were eventually able to recreate it ourselves. At this stage, this once paranormal event became normal, something that fitted quite naturally into our scientific framework. If we believe in spirits, which are supposed to be the detached souls of the dead, how can we visualize that ever fitting in with traditional scientific views? There is a piece missing. To accept the spirit exists, we need to believe in the soul and God, and that is so far removed from our scientific knowledge that the two cannot operate in tandem. Supernatural concepts can never fit into the scientific framework we have created. So I think we finally have an understanding of the difference between the paranormal and supernatural. Paranormal could fit into our scientific framework at some point, but the supernatural is incompatible with our scientific framework now and forever. For our conference spotlight tonight, we have the WPA Cryptid and Supernatural Expo, Western Pennsylvania, from Johnstown, at the Johnstown Masonic Event and Conference Center, 130 Valley Pike, Johnstown. Hours of operation are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Admission is free. Annual WPA Cryptid and Supernatural Expo. Come join us and see our many talented vendors and expert speakers. Event is open to the public September 28th and 29th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days. On the 28th only, see special guests Jeff and Willie from the AIMS team and television show Mountain Monsters.